Hey guys, this is Neil Meyer with the Front Office News.
And this is Joseph Summich with the Front Office News.
We are recapping the Bearcats' 28-20 victory over Tulsa tonight, a rematch of the AAC championship a year ago. A dramatic game overall, but the Bearcats snuck it out after a tremendous defensive stop at the end there. Justin, overall, what did you see from this team tonight?
I saw a lot. It was a high-packed game today. Game day being here made it a lot of fun for these fans today. They showed up, saw them, early in the morning. I mean, like 4 or 5 in the morning, packed house. They were ready to go to start off this game. I mean, it was going to be a highly anticipated game. There's a reason why Tulsa made it to the American Conference Championship game last year. I think they're a better team than what their record shows overall. I saw a lot from the Bearcats. They got off to a quick start, the first 2 drives, going 14-0 early. I mean, that's big for this team. They talk about quick starts, and you saw it here today. Second half, they did the same exact thing. I just think in between, they really couldn't get anything going. I think losing Jerome Ford for most of this game, going out in the second quarter here, about halfway through the second quarter, it really unfortunately affected the offense today as they had to go to their backup switch. Shout out to them. Ethan Wright showed up, Ryan Montgomery, Charles McClellan. They stepped up to, really keep the force down for at least the run game today. Like I said, defense did what they normally do, creating turnovers. The ending of that game was, absolutely amazing. It's the craziest ending I've seen, at least this year, probably in the last couple of years that I've been watching college football. It was just a crazy ending. Like I said, defense, forcing turnovers. They had a lot of trouble, I think, with the run game for Tulsa. I think Tulsa is a really physical team, and they know that Cincinnati is too. I think that played a lot into how they, went for the game breakdown today. But I think overall, it was a great game between the two teams. What did you see, Neil?
I saw a lot today. Obviously, Justin mentioned on Jerome Ford being out for most of the second half of today's game. Coach Fickle actually did say he had no update on the injury, so for anyone wondering, there's that. There is no update. On top of that, Jerome Ford really out as he scored his 16th touchdown of the season early on in the first quarter after a 1-yard rush. But outside of that, Desmond Ritter went 15 for 23, I believe, and had 273 yards. A straight dimed Alec Pierce to start off the second half. As they came out, he found Pierce for a 40-yard gain, and the next thing you know, he came right back the very next play, threw an absolute dime to the back corner of the end zone where Pierce just went up and did his thing. That's what he said in the press conference. He said, I can throw a ball 10 feet in a radius of 10 feet, and Pierce will go up and get it. And he's just more athletic. His athleticism, he's just more athletic than all the corners he can go up against. And really, that just shows a testify of what their connection is. But outside of that, the defense really stood tall. Deshaun Pace, Ty Van Fossen, Brian Cook had a big hit to end the game. Brian Cook was all over the place. He was flying, making all kinds of tackles on the ends, on the outsides. Sauce Gardner and Kobe Bryant continuing to show why they are one of the top secondaries in the country, as they really didn't get targeted, as Tulsa really didn't pass the ball. As Justin mentioned, they really established the run game, but I think teams are starting to kind of sit after the last 2 weeks like, hey, if we can run this team, wear the clock down, something might happen. But the Bearcats have done a tremendous job at standing their ground. Heck, a Desmond Ritter fumble at the 2-yard line. They had 4 plays to get in the end zone, and Bryn Davis had the opportunity to get in the end zone, and he slid, which made him down right there. And then you got back-to-back. The very next play, running back tries to go over the top. Darian Beavers lays a massive hit stick, creates a fumble. Jabari Taylor covers it in the end zone. Next thing you know, it's a touchback, and the Bearcats are sliding out of here with the 28-20 victory. But overall, the defense just played phenomenal. It was a very chippy game. We can say that. Tulsa's always been a very chippy game. Every year, it's very physical, top-notch, chippy game. It was very chippy early on. There was probably a lot of plays that should have been flagged that weren't. We were not going to discuss that. But overall, a chippy game. Tulsa always comes in and plays very well, plays their hearts out. But overall, the Bearcats just showed tonight why their defense is so good. They created a bunch of red zone turnovers, and that final sequence, that final 90 seconds to show why they're so effective in the red zone and so efficient. But outside of that, I think the Bearcats will really start to get back in action, and they'll be back this Friday. Actually, so they play Friday, not Saturday. It's a Friday night game at 6 p.m. versus USF.
Yep.
So make sure you guys check them out. It was a great game. Justin will be having game balls posted on the site tomorrow. We'll have the recaps up. We will have interviews with Alec Pierce, Desmond Ritter, Coach Fickle, linebacker Darian Beavers. So make sure you guys are checking out the front office news.
Yep. And this is Justin Summers and Neil Meyer, and we are signing out.